Perfect timing
Oh,
here.
Did
We
someone
got
say
the
Moore?
legend.
Were you guys
Wow.
talking about LSU right there?
Talking Clemson.
Oh, you're talking Clemson word.
Yeah. Dude, what's up?
What jerseys do we got going right now?
Well, we got 3 on each.
Oh my
So
god.
we got Indiana, Pitt, Texas A&M for me. He's got
Dog
Indiana
ball.
State, TCU, and somebody.
I got
I see you're repping the Utes.
I gotta rep the Utes, man. Gotta rep the Utes. We're down bad. Been down bad for a minute, but went through it with them. That's who I played for back in the day.
No way. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Are you from out that way, Will?
No, I'm from Oregon. I still here in Oregon, lived my whole life in Oregon. And Utah was my only D1 offer. And this is a long time ago, dude. I'm 32. So
so we're
I'm older
32.
than a lot of people.
Yeah,
I'm older than people like on my channel realize that a lot of the time. So there's been a big gap since then. And yeah, that was my one D1 offer. I kind of snuck in the door because my second cousin technically is the defensive coordinator for Utah. So I had like an in, and I went to Utah and rode Pine. My freshman year was the first year Utah joined the Pac-12. Rest in peace.
Were you there? Hey, were you at Utah when they played at the College Classic in Houston? That might be right before you.
CJ Crone and the gang. They actually had a decent outing at that too. That's a deep pull. That's cool.
Oh yeah, I was at those games.
It's a deep pull.
But first year 2000 and spring 2012 when the Arizona Wildcats won the Natty, we went 14-42. Yeah. And we thought we were good, like coming from the Mountain West. So
I feel you.
You're talking to a couple guys that played on some of the worst mid-major teams in Division I baseball. I was a UT Martin Skyhawk for a year. I think we went 9-43, and then Jack was a part of some of those atrocious Charleston Southern teams back in the day too.
We couldn't have spelled 500. Not even sniffing it.
Yeah, I noticed when I said 14-42, neither of you guys were you were like, oh yeah, 14 wins.
Yeah, that's normal.
Okay.
Slight work.
Yeah. But anyways, Will, thanks for hopping on. We're doing we do a live show on YouTube. We cover college baseball. We watch the scoreboard. We got a couple games on the TVs and stuff, but we're doing a promotional event for our good partners at Home Field, where they're giving away these sweet jerseys and stuff like that. So people in the live chat could win a free jersey. Those are cool. But we were tasked with just setting up interviews or like quick 15-20 minute interviews with people in and around the game of college baseball. And you were one of the first people I thought of because last year at Georgia Southern, I got to meet you and sat with you. And I forget his name, but he's from Dublin, Georgia. Cam. Cam. Yeah, Cam's he's from Dublin, and I played baseball at Mercer my last 2 seasons after I transferred, which is like right next to Dublin. So him and I talked for a good bit, but I came on the podcast right after that and was telling people like, look, I know baseball bat bros, superstars, they're mega stars in the world, but you were one of the most genuine guys out there. You took pictures with anybody that asked, and you just talked baseball. And a huge supporter of your brother who was playing at Lafayette at the time. So I just thought it was cool. And it's gotten to the point now, I have a 3-year-old son. And if I turn your channel on YouTube, he just sits there and watches, and I have the same expressions he does. Because some of the stuff you guys do is so fulfilling to somebody like me. So really, really happy to see where you've gone in your career. It's really cool.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it was cool to meet you guys. Yeah, I mean, it was the easy ask for me to come on and talk college baseball for 20 minutes. Love what you guys do for the game. I mean, dude, I forget the name. The last guy you had on, I watch him all the time. I always forget his name.
Cook the books.
Bro, I cook the books. I love him, bro. You were right. He's I was listening to the stream for a little bit. bro, that guy is so freaking funny. And
he's a Georgia boy too. Yeah, he's from Georgia.
Yeah.
I've known him for a long time. And then like some other guests we had Cade Beloso from the national championship team at LSU, and then John Fanta was hitting leadoff for us. Just the biggest name in college sports right now. So it's been a great, like, you're hitting cleanup and you're driving in these runs right now. That's the way we put it.
Yeah, thank you, man. Well, I'm glad that I can provide some entertainment for your household. Babies love our videos. I don't know why. I think it's like the sound. Babies love our videos. Like I attribute a lot of my YouTube ad revenue to infants. So much love to all of them out there. Yeah.
So talk to me about, so my brother works for Rawlings, and last night I watched your video of the Rawlings Dub, or the Easton Dub, I believe it was.
Like
yesterday. Yeah, I watched it, and I texted him. I was like, "Hey, can I buy one of those bats from you? Because I think they go on sale here pretty soon." He's like, "I have a waiting list of close to 500 people wanting to buy this bat. How good is it? Was it one of the best you've ever seen?"
Yeah, it's good. And it's like not even that surprising either. Easton bought Rawlings or the other way around or something like that a few years ago. So they're just a mega freaking conglomerate now. And their tech, ever since that merger happened across, college and high school bats, youth bats, has been nuts. And like these bats behind me, this is like our world record attempt wall.
Yeah.
Those are just crazy. And they had this bat called the Dub, short for double barrel. And yeah, we were hitting it at Petco. And it was supposed to release like 2 years ago. So I had been hearing rumors for the last 2 years from like, different reps or whatever saying like, this is going to be as good as the Hype Fire, if not better. So I was expecting it to be pretty good, but yeah, it's done. It's done. I would go as far to say it could be the bat that gets USSSA, like the really loose performance standard, cut off. And we could see a universal switch to like safer nerfed bats across all ages, like we saw in Little League in 2018, like we saw in high school and college in 2010. So that definitely could happen.
Well, I gotta ask you, I'm such a fan, right? And I'm always obsessed with like the origin story. Like, can you talk through like how this all started, like the process of like, because you can tell the passion in what you're doing in your videos, and even like I've been obsessed with the hitting the home run off the 70, 80, 90, 100 challenge, like the climbing the ladder. Like you can feel your energy and passion through them, and it's so much fun. Like I'm so curious, where this journey started for you.
Yeah, thanks, man. If you want like the really long version, we have like if you literally type in Bat Bros origin story, like we've got a YouTube video you can check out. But kind of the short version is back in 2018, I had moved from Utah back to Oregon. My brother, who's 9 years younger than me, was just getting going in high school baseball, and I was just throwing him BP every day. And he like sucked still. He would totally say that too. He was a tiny kid. We literally, like, I worked from home most of the time. We'd go out to the field. I'd throw BP. He would hit every single day. We'd hit in the rain and stuff. And eventually I'd get in there, take some hacks, and we were trying to get a new bat for him for the season. And I was always like way too obsessed with equipment. And I was just thought that was so fun. And I was a big bat junkie back in the day. So we would always hit with all these different bats that he had hanging around in his clubhouse, literally just like for fun, because we thought it was interesting. We put a couple videos online about like, hey, we bought all these bats on eBay to try them out for John, and we're going to see which one's the best. Just because like, it was more to entertain ourselves than anything else. And people started watching them. I'd forget about it, go back 3 weeks later, and it has like a couple thousand views. We're like, what the hell? So we like try a couple bat review videos because it really seems like that's what the people are looking for. And I was like, well, I guess we can try to make a bat review video. I didn't really think that was an industry. I knew like, the golf club review world was huge, but like baseball bats, like at the end of the day, it matters a little bit. It doesn't matter as much as everyone would think. I think it matters. It doesn't. If you're good, you're good. But we made one just bad review. Like it was terrible camera quality. We didn't even have any data or nothing. It got like 80,000 views in a month. And it wasn't like at all a long grind to like establish an audience. It was like, oh, we accidentally found a niche, and like the baseball community kind of chose us to be that. We accidentally fell into it in late 2019 probably is when it first happened, and I've been doing it ever since. And every year I'm like, the goal of this year is just to keep doing it until the baseball community kind of tells me I can't do it anymore. And we're at our peak right now, which is crazy. I never would have thought I'm still doing it at this point. So just started doing it for fun, and honestly kind of doing the same thing as what we started doing. So
yeah, there's something special about just like falling into that niche and just taking full advantage of the momentum you have. Now, something I wanted to tell you, I'm a proud owner of a collab that you guys did with Baseballism, the merch drop. Dude. Yeah, the short sleeve hoodie was a must buy. It's very comfortable, and if there's anybody that's watching this, like, I don't know if they're sold out or not. If they're not sold out, like, go purchase one because you could wear it every single day. It's the perfect thing to wear if you want to work out or do something active, or even just like lounge around the house. That stuff is awesome.
I didn't make him say that. He just
He did that
for free, boys.
But you wear them a lot in your videos now. I see you rocking them pretty much every video. Yeah.
Dude, that you're right. I mean, that hoodie's actually dope. The tassels kind of swing around a lot when I hit, so I have to tie them up. But other than that, it's perfect. So I appreciate you, man.
So yeah, for sure. Now you guys have hit now at 3 major league ballparks. Is that right? San Diego.
If you go way back, technically we've hit at 5. But like a few of them aren't that great of videos. We've hit at Kauffman, big outfield,
right?
Dude, that's a pitcher's ballpark. It kind of flies, but it's just a big outfield. We've hit at Chase. That's a fun place to hit. The lighting's so yellow, it's kind of weird, but other than that, it's a really fun place to hit. The ball flies there. We've hit at Globe Life with the Rangers. It's like a cool new ballpark, but like,
I'm sorry you had to go there. We're both diehard Astros fans, so like, I'm sorry you had to film a video there.
That would be one of my. Like,
you need to go to Minute Maid. Train tracks.
That would be a top 3 for me, 100%. Yeah, Globe Life was somewhat forgettable, honestly, in terms of.
Yeah, it was. Damn barn.
Yeah, it was. And then, Oracle, which I know is AT&T, but Oracle, and then
when John put one into the bay, that was like one of the most hype I've ever been in a YouTube video. When he put one into the water.
That was fun.
God, that was so cool.
Well, like, and I figured, he can really swing it. And I figured he'd really be able to, but it was like, we kind of had some technical difficulties. When we got there, they were providing us with baseballs. So typically what would happen is they provide us with like big league balls, or even like big league batting practice balls, which are rocks, like really hard baseballs. And we get like these bad cage balls. The brand was like, no hate to Tanner Sports or whatever, but it was like some brand I've never heard of, and just the baseballs were socks, bro. So, normally with, in a BP setting off a pitching machine, even with a wood bat, like, we can flick it out at any major league ballpark pretty well. But pretty early on, like, I realized, like, dude, I'm absolutely stepping on these, and they're going like 350 feet. The fact that he was able to get a couple over, we were actually really excited in the moment. I thought he'd hit a bunch into there, but we were hitting pillows. But he pulled through, so that was good. That was fun. Petco was, if I had to pick, sorry if I'm stealing a question here. If I had to pick, Petco was the coolest place we've hit.
When you put it on top of the warehouse, like,
at least
how many people have done that? Like 3 people total? Something there's.
Yeah, like, I think maybe 2. I don't, mine was not legitimate. I heard you guys earlier. You guys, I appreciate the love. You guys were hyping me up as a hitter. Like, I hit the ball really far. I really think, and I wish I had more chances to say this. If you gave a upper tier SEC hitter or an upper tier pro hitter the same context that I hit in and give them 5 years to master that setup, they could do every bit of what I could do, if not significantly more. I don't even train that hard, bro. It's just I've learned how to hit a specific type of pitch. I've learned how to move one way very well.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's awesome.
I know it looks sick on video, so it works.
Dude, I've always wanted to ask you this. Are you a natural switch hitter, or did you just like kind of just mess around in the cage, learn how to hit left-handed?
No, that was like from back in my playing days. Yeah. So
okay. You were a switch hitter.
I was off and on switch hitter. So I switch hit probably half of my high school career. Then at Utah, I was so buried on the depth chart. My coach I'm a natural righty, as you probably noticed.
I would hope that. I was going to say,
yeah.
If you weren't sick.
My second year at Utah, our hitting coach actually had me go full-time lefty. So when I retired, like when I hung up the cleats, I was a full-time left-handed hitter, which, I could probably, if I really wanted to complain, I could probably blame that partially on my baseball career ending short. But
oh yeah, we all have a coach to blame. Everybody does.
Oh yeah, great guy though. Great guy.
Yeah, awesome guy. Just screwed me out of playing in the MLB.
Yeah, he's not coaching anymore, but great guy.
Checks out. Usually how that goes. We were singing your praises though, mostly because like I joked earlier, this idea that there'd be a minor league team, like with your stardom in our sport. Think about how fun it would be if and maybe you've already gotten these calls. If like a wacky minor league team was like, yo, we would sell out every game if we had this guy hitting the 3-hole. I understand what you're going to say. And you're very humble.
I mean, that would be funny. I've got the offer from like indie ball teams, which I think that would be probably more appropriate. But like,
have you thought about playing with your brother in indie ball?
One more time.
Isn't your brother playing indie ball right now?
Yeah, he's in the Atlantic League right now for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs.
Have you thought about playing with him?
I'd get cooked in the Atlantic League, bro. I'd get cooked in the Atlantic League.
It's good baseball, yeah.
If I had a full year to train, I think I could be an average Atlantic League player, maybe. But
there you go.
Dude, I'm telling you, what I do versus what I think even the bigger conversation is playing 100+ games in a year.
Oh, man.
I film once or twice a week. I film, I'll take 100 hacks, take 2 days to recover, and I'm feeling like $1 million. And these guys are just dying freaking 100 times a year. So when you're actually playing a full season, your body, I think most position players at least would tell you this, your body's never fully recovered. So you're never really able to play at 100%. I mean, that factor alone, just in terms of like max exit velo and all that. But then when you talk about pitch tunneling, hitting off speed, approach, like I haven't had to think about that in 10 years. So
that's lovely.
I just time up the machine, figure out where it's thrown, and let it eat. So, but
perfect.
I mean, I know my role, I know what I'm good at, and I try to do my best with it. And I let my brother try to beat pitchers,
Exactly. Well, before we let you go, obviously we're so thankful for you to hop on here. I do want to bring an idea to you that I think we've actually tweeted back and forth about. But
all right.
COVID ended the college baseball home run derby. They used to do it every year in Omaha. What do we have to do to bring that back? I think now is the perfect time because the players are so much better. Like there's an interest in the sport now, and you can actually give away a grand prize, right? Like in the world of NIL and everything, you could give away $100,000 grand prize to the winner, which incentivizes good players to do it. I'm going to let you brainstorm here. What would you do, or do you think it's possible to host a college baseball home run derby?
I mean, yeah, I think it'd be easy. It'd be really easy. It's just with college, like especially, I've learned this just from trying to film videos at college baseball schools, especially SEC schools. Like just the the freaking hoops you got to jump through to make anything happen is insane. I thought it was going to be easier when all the compliance stuff loosened up and the name, image, and likeness stuff loosened up back in 2021 or 2 or whatever. It got tougher, dude. For example, I had 3 SEC shoots we were going to do in the last few years: Tennessee, LSU, and Ole Miss. And I was stoked. We had the athletic director on board. We had the coach on board. We had players on board, and the NIL collectives shut them down.
Yep.
So it's like there's a lot of unforeseen stuff that, like you get to the day before the event and somebody's going to say, oh, you're not going to pay my guy $50,000 to do this event. I think that would be the biggest threat to it. In terms of the execution of a college baseball home run derby in Omaha, that'd be so easy. I mean, there's a reason they did it in the past, but now it's a bigger question than just asking the coaches if they're cool with it.
Makes sense.
It's like almost a player by player basis, but it would be sick. It would be so cool. I mean, like if you dude, these guys are crazy now. There weren't hitters like this when I played college. When we played baseball, in my opinion.
No, not even close.
These guys are stupid. If you really let them let loose with some juice baseballs, they'd be, dude, you'd see some stuff you've never seen at that field.
What would be the bat of choice if you could pick any bat ever to do a college home run derby? Like you give it to Charlie Condon, and you're like, this is your bat. Like you're going to hit 500-foot homers. What would you give him?
Yeah, that's a good question. I would probably go for those guys, you want a bat with some length, so you can't really go with like the modern day drop 5 bats. Yeah. I'd probably go with a late 90s Gorilla era Easton, like a Easton Reflex, Easton Redline, Easton Z2K, like a 34-29. That's like the sizes those guys swung. Yeah. Like think like 1997 LSU, that bat.
Wow. And do you own one?
Oh yeah, I have a bunch.
Yeah.
Have you seen our home run derby with Jackson Ethan and Matt Holliday at Oklahoma State? It's so the bat that Matt was swinging. That would be the bat.
Okay. Yeah. That's probably what he swung in
like
high
the red,
school.
white, and blue Easton. Yeah. Yeah. I'm seeing guys in the chat agreeing with me, so that's good. Yeah, definitely. But bro, it doesn't matter. These guys are crazy. Freaking, especially the Georgia guys. Dude. Oh my gosh. Every year they just get freaking better, man.
Let me ask you this.
I don't like Georgia. I don't like the SEC, but they're impressive as hell, bro.
Let me ask you this, because that holiday video is one of my favorites. So maybe it is these Georgia guys. Almost like the age-old, like, hey, if you could go to dinner with anybody on the planet, like who would you go to dinner with? Give me your dream location to shoot with 3 guys that would be like bucket list guys to shoot with. Because obviously you've done a ton of incredible stuff, but what are we manifesting?
Oh, let's see. As far as location, I'm going to ignore like the logistical challenges of shooting at a specific place and just say like if everything was perfect, got to go Fenway. I think hitting a Fenway would look, on our camera setup, that would look insane. As far as people, like, on one hand, like I just want to hit with my boys, like
right.
My brother and I probably, but like if we're talking big timers, I mean, I'm looking for guys with just crazy bat speed. So like, even if they're not necessarily having crazy seasons, like Julio Rodriguez, I think would probably put on some of the most impressive BP ever. I was always a big Bryce Harper fan growing up. I think that would be cool. My brother and I's favorite player ever was Pablo Sandoval. So that would be sick. Yeah, I know. It's just we liked him. We were Giants growing up, and he was Mr. Postseason clutch, and he was fat and he swung at everything, and he was funny to watch and terrible at defense, and I identified with him. So yeah, that's a weird combo. That's a weird 3 dudes, but
It's a beautiful combo.
That's what came to mind. Yeah, somebody just said in the chat, Aaron Judge. That's probably a better choice.
Yeah, no, I like you went bat speed. I like it. That was a good one.
Yeah, I know. You got to look past guys that actually hit well. You have to look at who's going to be the VP hero. So
I love that.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Well, Will, I appreciate you so much for doing this. We're going to send you an email with a home field gift card where you can pick out anything in the store. They're going to hook you up. They got tons of options. Yeah, we're definitely going to be following your work moving forward. Excited for the next video to drop. And then my goal for you, I know you probably set your own goals, but my goal for you, I got to see you in the Tokyo Dome at some point. I got to see you out in Japan.
I almost said that. I swear, I almost said that.
Yeah, like that's cool. My dream place for you. So hopefully we'll make it happen at some point. But enjoy the rest of your night, and if you ever need anything, just let us know, man. We're big fans.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, guys. Is that a Sycamores jersey, by the way?
Sicko season. I'll send it straight to you, brother, if you need it, man.
My brother got a good offer from them, and he picked UL over Indiana State.
Oh,
that would have been a sick place to play.
Okay, we'll hook it up with bro too, man. We love a sicko summer.
Excellent. Yeah. All right, hey, thank you, boys. Appreciate you guys
thank you.
having me on, and stay in touch. Right on.
Absolutely. Heck yeah, man. Thanks, Will.
I mean, dude, we're hitting 1,000 right now.
Dude, what a cleanup!
We're hitting 1,000.
What a cleanup hitter, man. These guys rock.